Hi guys, welcome to this tutorial. It's Online Maths Academy here. So this is the special lesson for my Year 7 students. They have been nagging me to do a lesson for them so I can show this online, which will make it easy for me tomorrow because then all I have to do is watch my YouTube video. Well, I'm really happy to do it for them. And the topic for today is expanding brackets. In our last lesson, we simplified expressions. Hence, you have these starters. You have 10 questions. You're going to get about 5 to 6, 7 minutes to complete this, guys. So pause the video and then come back and check the answers. All right then, so our topic, as I said, is expanding brackets. By the end of this lesson, I hope everyone will be able to expand brackets and then simplify expressions. Right, so let's go over the starter then. So we have 3x plus 2y plus 5x plus 4y. We need to collect like terms. So 3x is there. And then remember to take the sign with it. So the sign on the left belongs to the number on the right. So like term 3x, and then we have plus 5x. So 3x plus 5, well, they're just the same numbers, so we just do 3 plus 5, and that's going to give us 8x. Okay, so that's going to be equal to 8x. Now we do have the y, so we're going to take the sign with us. Plus 2y, and then plus 4y. So plus 2 plus 4 is 6, and then we have the y, so that's going to be plus 6y. So if you got that right, make sure you green pen your work. All right, now for number 2, what do we have? We have 7a plus 3b plus a. So plus a means plus 1a, guys, plus 2b. We're going to collect like terms. So 7a plus 1a. That's going to give us 8a. Okay, so the answer to that is 8a. And then we have plus 3b and then plus 2b. So plus 3 and a plus 2 is going to give you plus 5. And they are both like terms, so we're going to end up with the b. Right, for number 3, we got 5m plus 4m. So that's going to give us 9m. And then we got plus n, that means plus 1n, and then plus 2n. So plus 1 plus 2, that's going to give us plus 3n. Number 4 then, I'm going to hurry up. We got x plus 6x, that's going to give us 7x, plus 3y minus 2y. So 3 take away 2, that's 1, and then they're both y's, so we're going to write plus. So 3 take away 2 is 1. We're going to write plus. We do not write 1y, even though they are the same. We just write y. Okay, so that's the answer to that one. And now let's go to 5. So 6a plus 5a, that's going to give you 11a. And then plus 2b minus 7b. So plus 2 take away 7. If you are on the number line and you go to the left, if you are at position 2 on the right of 0, minus means you're going to the left of 0. You will end up at negative 5. So that's going to be minus 5b. Plus 2 take away 7 is minus 5. Okay, and then we have the b. Number 6 then, we got 3a plus 1a. That's going to give us 4a. Take away 2b, negative 2b, and then negative 3b. So again, if you are on the number line on position negative 2, if you're taking away, you're going further to the left. If you're at position negative 2, 3 steps to the left, you're going to end up at negative 5b. Negative 2, negative 3 is negative 5. Okay, so that's that. Let's go to here. 2x plus 1x. That's going to give us 3x. Remember, if it has square here, even though there are x as well, but this one does not have power of 2. So they are not like terms. Only the one with the same powers are like terms. So 2x plus 1x give you 3x, plus 3x squared, take away 7x squared. So 3 take away 7, what you get? If you take 7 from 3, that will give you negative 4x squared. All right, then, so number 8, we have 9m take away 7m, and that's going to give you 2m. And then we have negative 4m squared, and we're taking away another 2m squared. So you're going to end up with negative 6m squared. Last one, well, not the last one, number 9, we got 3ab, and then 2a, they are not the same terms. So they're not like terms. So now we need to go to plus 4a. So plus 3ab, and then plus 4ab, that's going to give you 3 plus 4 is 7. So 7ab. And then we got plus 2a. There is no other 2a. So that stays the same. Plus 2a. And then negative 2b. That's on its own as well. So we just have to write that as it is. So that will be the simplified version of that expression. Right, for this one, and we got 3x squared. Right, guys, these are not 7x squared, so don't make those mistakes. They don't have the same power, so you can't add to 3x squared. That is alone, so we're going to write it 3x squared. What we have then is plus 5x and then plus 2x. So plus 5 plus 2. These are two like terms. So plus 5 plus 2 is plus 7. So, and then they have the x. And then the 1, a negative 1, is on its own. There's nothing to add or subtract from it. So we're just going to write it as it is, minus 1. Right, so let's move on to our main topic for today. Right, guys, expanding brackets. What does it mean? I've had a joke before. I must share this with you. I've seen it somewhere. I can't remember somewhere. When someone was asked to expand bracket, for example, they wrote x plus 2 like that. What they did, they just did 3 and they made these brackets so big, they've expanded them. Right, guys? This is not what we mean, okay? This will give you 0 in exam. Expanding brackets, let me explain. So, for example, if we have 3 times 12, okay, what we can do, we could split these, right? We could say 3 times, what can we have inside? Let's say we have 10 plus 2. If you remember, you could add these two and then multiply that by 3. So if you add them, 10 plus 2, you get a 12, and then times 3. So both these will give you 36. So that is easy enough. But when we have algebra, we have letters, so we don't know what the numbers are, not all of them, what could be inside the bracket or outside the bracket, which means we have to leave them with the alphabets. In the end, we simplify, but we leave with the alphabets. So you need to understand that. If I do this one, for example, I could do 3 times 10, that will give me 30, and I do 3 times 2, so positive 2, so that will give me plus 6, and this is going to give you 36. So in about the same way, we're going to do this with algebra. Okay, so let's do a simple example. So when we say expand, it means you need to distribute the numbers, take them out of the bracket, and then simplify as much as you can. Okay, so here we go. Let's say we have 3, and then I like x, so I'm going to say x plus 2. So make sure you write this as example 1, guys. Example 1. Copy this down and then write down the method that I'm going to show you. Okay, so we are going to multiply everything that's inside the bracket by this 3. Now, 3 and then a bracket. What does this mean? Well, when we have numbers in this format, it means the bracket means you're going to multiply with this number, which is directly next to the bracket. So the bracket means you're going to multiply everything that's inside by the number that is outside. Right, so we're going to start multiplying. So let's say we got 3 times x, okay? That's the first number. So you need to multiply this 3 with this number. In this case is a letter. So 3 times x, guys, you should know because we've done this, is 3x. And then we got positive 3. The number outside doesn't have a negative. So that means you got a positive 3 here. Now we're going to do 3 times this positive 2. So 2 positive numbers, this sign belongs to the number on the right. So 3 times 2 is 6. They are both positive. That means I'm going to have a plus here, and 3 times 2 is 6. Now, you can't simplify any further with these, so we're just going to give this as our last answer. Right, so let's do example 2, guys. What should we have? So let's say we have 7. And this time I like to use a P and I like to use a 5. Okay, what do I get? Right, guys, so same thing, 7 times P. You know what that is? It's 7P. And then 7 times 5, which is 35. This 7 is positive because there's no minus here. This 5 is positive. We can see the positive there. So we're going to have a positive in the middle. 7 times 5 is 35. This is the last answer for this one because you cannot add 7p and 35. You can't make them as one item. They have to stay as they are. All right, so let's do example 3, guys. We're gonna have 3 there, and what can we have? I fancy a negative this time. So let's say we have a 5, and in here we have a y, and then we take away 8. What's the answer to this one? Do you want to have a go? Well, I'm gonna give you 5 seconds. All right then, so going to do the same thing. 5 times y. Okay, they are both positive. Here I can't see negative next to them on the left of them. So we multiply those. 5 times y gives you 5y. And then we're going to do 5 times negative 8. Remember, the sign on the left belongs to the number or the letter on the right. So 5 times 8 is 40, but this one is positive and this one is negative. Positive times negative gives you negative. So remember, every time you multiply opposite sign, you get a negative. If you multiply the same sign, you will get a positive. Okay, so 5 times 8 is 40, and this is your last answer. Right, let's try one more. Okay, so let's say this is example 4, guys. This time, what should I have? Let me see if you know your times table. I'm gonna put a 12 here, and this time I'm gonna have 7, and I'm going to have take away. What letter should I use? I think I'm gonna use a Y because that's my surname initial. So I'll use Y again. Don't be jealous. Okay, so 12 times 7. Do you know, guys, what 12 times 7 is? Is 84. If you don't know, remember to revise your timetable. All right, so now we've done the 7. We need to do the negative y. So 12 times negative y. I can't see a negative to the left of 12. It means that number is positive. 12 times y is 12y. Positive times negative gives you negative. So I'm going to end up with take away 12y. So example number 5. What should I have this time? I'm going to say I have a p here, and I'm going to have a, let's say, another p, and then I'm going to say plus, which number have I not used today? 3. Okay, so that's going to be equal to p times p. Guys, we did this in the last lesson. That will give you p squared. Then we're going to do p times positive 3. They are both positives. P is positive, 3 is positive, so we have positive in the middle. P times 3 is 3p, guys. Now remember, even though p starts like p times 3, you still need to write the number first. That is how we write algebra. Number comes first, and the letters they follow the alphabet. Okay, right, so here is my last example. Then let's see, guys. I'm going to put a 2, and this time I'm going to use x, and inside here I'm going to put let's say I'll put another x, and here I'll put minus, and I will put a 10. I haven't used a 10 today. Right, so same thing, 2x times 1x. So there is a 1 there, guys. It's not a 0. So numbers first. 2 times 1 is 2. So we're doing this multiplied by this. X times x is x squared. Now let's move on to this number. Okay, this number is negative 10. This number is positive. So 2 times negative 10. Remember, positive times negative gives you negative. 2 times 10 is 20. And then we have the x on its own. So that's just going to be 20x. Right, guys, it's time for you to sweat. So here are some questions for you. Right, so you have 6 minutes to do this. In fact, maybe less, but I'm going to give you 6 minutes. So we're going to pause the video and then come back and go over the questions together. All right, guys, so let's go through these questions. So make sure you do green pen your work and correct the ones that you have got wrong. Right, so 2 times r is 2r, and then 2 times 6 is 12. They're both positive, so I'm going to have a positive there, and that's going to be the answer for that one. The next one, 5 times n is 5n. 5 times 5 is 25. They're both positive, so I'm going to have plus 25. 8 times p, that's going to give me 8p. 8 times negative 3, so positive times negative gives you negative. 8 times 3 is 24. Right, next one, 6 times n is 6n. 6 times negative 2, so we are going to get a negative, and then 6 times 2 is 12. Next question, p times p is p squared, and then p times negative 5. Positive times negative is negative. P times 5 is 5p. Last question, 3t times 1t. So 3 times 1 is just 3. T times t is t squared. All the numbers are positive, so I will have positive here. 3 times 7 is 21. And then we have the t times, there are no other letters in there, so we're going just to put 21t. So make sure you mark and correct the ones that you've got wrong. Right, so let's do this exercise then. we're asked to find mistakes. I'm going to pause the video for 5 minutes and then we'll come back and mark the answers. Okay. Right then, so 3 times Q is 3Q. I'm happy with that one. 3 times 6 is 18. That one is wrong. So this is the one. That was a mistake. 9 times P. What happened to my 9? I definitely see something wrong here. Now let's see the next one. 9 times 4. All they're positive, so positive there. 9 times 4 is 36. That one's good. Let's go to the next one. 6 times Y. 6Y. Brilliant. 6 times negative 5. So 6 positive times negative. Yeah, there's a negative there. I wonder what could be wrong. Okay, 6 times 5 is 30. That's the one here. Let's go to the next one. 8 times W. Oh dear. 8 is missing here, so that's a mistake there. That should be an 8. Right. 8 times negative 3. So positive times negative should give me negative. Nope. Wrong. That should be negative. 8 times 3. That one's fine, but unfortunately the problem is right here as well. Okay, so last one. C times C is C squared. Good. C times 4, positive 4. So I should have a plus. I can see a plus there. But C times 4 is 4C. Right. We do not have these, right? We don't separate them. So this whole thing here is wrong. So make sure you mark your answers and correct the ones that you've got wrong. Okay. So now guys, you have exercise 3 and I'm going to give you 15 minutes to complete the questions. Now pause the video and then come back and check the answers. Okay. All right guys, so here are the answers. Make sure you go over all questions and make sure you correct the ones you've got wrong. And now we are almost at the end of our session. So just to finish off then, we have a plenary. These are our last few questions. So on your whiteboard, I want you to write the answer for this one. Okay, what do I have? 3, 4 minus y. I'm going to give you 5 seconds. So the answer for this is 12. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times negative y is negative 3y. Now question number 2, guys, I have 6 and 3y minus 5. Get your whiteboards ready. You have 5 seconds. Off you go. Right, so 6 times 3 is 18 and I have the y, and then positive times negative is negative. 6 times 5 is 30. So this is the answer for this one. And the last question, get your whiteboards ready. Off we go. What do we have this time then, guys? I have 4y, 3y minus 5m. That's worth a good point on Sims, guys. So 5 seconds. So 4 times 3 is 12. Numbers fast. Y times y is y squared. And then the next term, 4y times negative 5m. So positive times negative gives us negative. 4 times 5 gives us 20. And then y times m is my. And this is the end of this session. Guys, I hope you enjoyed it. and bye for now.